Well, the one positive thing that seems to have come out of the lockdown is a huge renewed interest in home-based activities like baking and cooking. If not doing it yourself, watching someone else do it on Instagram. Another one is gardening. The uncertainty of whether lockdowns will become a thing of the future and panic buying in supermarkets. Many people wondering if what they can grow in their backyard and maybe on your balcony or maybe on your roof. Emilia Bug is one of the co-founders of SA Permaculture. She joins us now via Skype. Emilia, good evening to you. Thanks for your time on the pulse. I mean, firstly, if you've got a small area, maybe you live in a flat or you have a very small yard, what can you actually grow that you can use to feed yourself and your family?
Hi, Stephen. Good evening. Yes, those living in sort of smaller apartments that are limited to their balcony can use that balcony space. Get container gardens, use your windowsills, grow your favorite herbs. There's nothing better than picking your own herbs for your meals. Check how you use your waste. What do you do with it? Can you bokashi it? Can you put it towards a communal compost or something? Just look at your space and see where you can reduce your waste and what spaces you have to grow.
Some things seem to grow almost anywhere. I mean, sometimes you'll find tomato plants growing just because someone threw something there, or someone did something stupid with a gin and tonic, and now there's a lemon tree.
This is true, yes. Tomatoes come up like weeds. It's usually people, if they're throwing their food scraps into compost, then a lot of the seeds survive and germinate when you distribute it on your lawns. But another thing you can do is regrow veggies you've bought at the shop. So instead of chopping your spring onion and tossing that end away, put it in a bit of water and it will regrow roots. You can do this with a variety of things like celery, bok choy, try regrow seeds like those lemons. There's a lot you can try and do.
And do you need a lot of resources to do this? I mean, once you've got the seed, I suppose all you need is a little bit of, well, mud, soil, and a little bit of water. You don't need much else.
Yes, that's true. You can literally grow a garden out of things that we perceive as waste. So if you drive past a park that's been mowed down by city parks, grab a bag of grass, bring that home, lay that grass down, and now nurseries are open, so grab some compost if you don't have it at home, and literally make a little hole in that pile of grass, take a handful of compost, and put your seed or seedling in there and water it. It's as easy as that. It doesn't have to be a complicated thing. It's basically growing soil. So you do that by adding organic matter onto your beds. So if you have beds at home, keep mulching them. Grab that grass, mulch your beds, cover the soil, and that will create soil in itself.
It's one thing to do all of this for food purposes, to help yourself, your community. It's also, I would imagine, my wife tells me, very rewarding to watch these things grow.
Yes, so one of the permaculture principles is obtain a yield. And one way of obtaining a yield by being in your garden is that exchange, that stress relieving sensation you get in being in nature. And if you're barefoot, you're grounding, there's an ion exchange between you and the earth, and there are psychological benefits from just being outside. If you're in the sun, you're getting a vitamin D intake, and it's been proven to reduce anxiety and stress. So definitely a lot of benefits from being in that space.
Emilia Bug, thanks very much indeed from SA Permaculture. Well,